Fix It friends. This is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. This is definitely family and a little bit of fun because over the years, or now Monica's 2 going on 3, I've been really working diligently from the very beginning to preserve her hair and to take care of it properly. So there's a whole nother little story with that will take us down memory lane. But I came across this product, maybe Monica's first year. So it was after she was old enough to kind of have some product added to her hair. Those first couple of months, we really just did basic natural things, baby oil, really kept it low key. But once she lost that placenta perm, y'all, her hair became very curly, more like my texture, and I wanted to find the appropriate products to really care for it. So this product, So Cozy Kids, or this brand, has been out for a while, probably 6 or 7 years ago, but at that point I had no kids and I was not checking for it. So this is my experience of having found it, like I said, about a year or so ago when Monica was getting older, needed to care for her hair, and it has worked amazingly well for her hair. So I'll take out now memory lane a little bit, let you know how Monica's hair has progressed, and then show y'all how well this has worked for us. So I realized looking back at these pictures that I didn't tell y'all like Monica's birth story. I guess I really wasn't vlogging like that back then. But this is literally when Monica came out of the womb into the world. And as you can see there is a lot of hair on this baby's head. One of the funniest memories of my birth story, or our birth story and delivery, is that my husband kind of walked up to me as I was in labor. I had a mirror down below so I could see what was going on. We delivered at Churro here in New Orleans. And he said to me, and we'd done all the classes together and read the books and did the stuff. And he came over to me and quietly said, I know they said there was a mucus plug, but is there a hair plug? Because I see the hair plug. And I was like, what? And I was, in labor, and I got to process what he was saying. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, the hair plug. I said, no, that's her hair. Like, if you see hair, that's her head. That is not a hair plug. There's no such thing. I still laugh about that to this day because he was so genuine. He was so innocent with it, but it was hilarious to me in that moment when he asked that. So here I am holding her with that fresh hair right out the womb. And even later on, when we took the newborn photos in the hospital, her hair was still very noticeably thick. So going along, getting transitioned and doing everything, even coming home from the hospital, it was kind of like, okay, everybody says, oh, well, those newborn babies, they might come out with thick hair, but she's going to lose it and she's going to end up with a bald spot and she's going to have cradle cap. So then I was on a mission to preserve my baby's hair because I wasn't having that bald spot. No, I prayed for this hair. I might have prayed too hard and she ended up with a bunch of hair, but I was not about to let her get a bald spot, not on my watch. So I think there are a combination of things that kind of helped Monica. I tried to make sure that I kept her hair moisturized, that I kept natural oils on it. So I was putting some jojoba oil on it. I was putting light oils, maybe grapeseed oil and things like that, keeping her hair moisturized. But also I started very early with her too because we were home full time between me working at home and doing the being in the middle of the pandemic. So I started tummy time with her. I would do different activities with her during the day, and she really didn't spend a lot of time laying on her back or laying in her bassinet. Like, I've never felt like it's good to just let kids lay there, and 2 kids ended up with flat heads and all that. We did always put her on her back to sleep. But in combination with my activities, Monica started rolling over on her own very early. We might have been 2 or 3 weeks out of the hospital and she would roll onto her stomach. And the rule of thumb with that is that if a baby is able to roll and put themselves in position on their stomach, then they're strong enough to lift their head, move themselves, and you don't have to turn them back over. So all of that kind of worked together to help preserve her situation. And now we jump to present day because Monica has basically kept all of her hair. She never had a bald spot, even with the different things that went on in the hospital. And in this last month or so, there was shedding and her scalp did shed along with the rest of her body, but her hair remained intact. So she had her head washed right when we came out of the hospital. And this is going to be the second time that I've shampooed her hair since. This is actually the night before when I was starting to take her hair loose and get everything prepped. So it's kind of a 2-day process for us. I'll take her hair loose over the weekend, probably start taking it loose on Friday or Saturday, let her hair be loose on Saturday, and then Sunday night we usually try to wash it. If I'm not able to do it Saturday night, we definitely get it done by Sunday because Monday's coming and she has to go to school. So of all of the things that I tried, usually I am not a fan of a 3-in-1 shampoo. I don't like shampoo and conditioning because I feel like it never really does well as a conditioner. In my mind and my understanding, shampoos are supposed to strip your hair, take all the product and the buildup off of the hair, and then conditioning needs to be a deposit that you want to sit on the hair. So even growing up, I didn't like the idea of using a 3-in-1 shampoo, but let me tell you, this stuff was amazing. This stuff made her hair so soft even when it was being washed. I washed it or lathered it. Initially, I just wet the hair and kind of rinse it out and try to remove some product. Then I'll go back in and add the shampoo, lather it up, rinse it. And I usually do that at least twice, if not 3 times, to make sure that her hair gets a really good wash. Because in my book, as far as my experience, that first time lathering really just kind of starts to break up and get the product off. And then when you lather it again, usually you notice that you get more suds, you get a better application of the actual shampoo. And so usually at least doing it twice, but I like to do that 3rd time just for good measure. And I've had folks ask me, how does Monica do with getting her hair washed? Now that she's 2, it's a lot better. When she was younger, and we were trying to wash her hair along with giving her a bath in the tub, she did not like the idea of laying down in the tub. She did not like being leaned back. She was not a fan of it. We tried the little waterproof hats or things that you can use to shield their face. She didn't care about that. We used a water scoop to do it. She didn't want to deal with that. Nothing was working. I even got the little what is it called? It's kind of like an elephant that you can put in the tub with them and it'll make a little shower thing. She didn't have no parts of none of that. So now that she's older and we can sit her down with the phone, let her watch her videos, that goes much better. But I also had a moment looking at this because now it's like my little girl's old enough to like want to lay down, and this time she propped up her feet so you can see just how tall Monica really is, which made me realize we might not have much time to use this method either, but here we are. And I forgot to mention the shampoo, that 3-in-1, smelled amazing. This curl conditioner did not smell as good, so at first I was a little concerned, but what it lacked in fragrance, it made up for in its actual application, because when I started rubbing this through Monica's hair, you can see here my fingers were gliding through. I have not used a comb on her hair. I have not used any kind of detangler. Literally, this is just the conditioner and me running my fingers through her hair. So in this moment, I was very, very impressed. Monica's just watching her videos and I'm able to literally run my fingers through her hair. She never cried out. She never said ouch, nothing. So after that, I let the product sit. I don't think the actual directions or the back of the bottle where it said the instructions gave a time limit. I like to at least let my conditioner sit for 5 minutes. And if y'all look, you can see how her ringlets are starting to individually spring up. It was doing the thing. I was very, very, very happy. So in this moment, I decided, let me try out detangling with my Denman brush, because I always love the ringlets that I get using this on my own hair. And I've also used this to detangle her hair whenever I'm getting ready to part and do sections. So going through, there's a part where there's a little squeal, but that's actually the kids in the video. That's not Monica. Monica never complained, never cried out at any point with this. And again, you see here where it just looks nice, detangled, moisturized, conditioned. I was very, very happy. And even here, I have a little snippet where this is after using the Denman brush, how good it looked. So again, I let it sit, just let it be there. And then I went through the process of rinsing it out. I didn't record that, but this is what it looked like after the second rinse. I rinsed it another couple of times just to get all the product out. And then we were good to go. So I mentioned before that Monica was a big Baby Shark fan. I had this little Baby Shark, I guess it's kind of like a bath hat that you can use to keep their hair. It's like a towel hat. So I put this on her head so that she could take her bath without the product dripping. But for the most part, everything was kind of hand toweled and she wasn't dripping. She didn't have any product running, but just wanted to contain her hair a little bit while she took her bath. And so I could come back to it without it being too dried out. So this Curl Leave-In is actually the product that I discovered first when I was doing Monica's hair for daycare. I liked it. I love the smell of it. I love that it includes different natural oils. I think it includes some, I'm going to forget now, some olive oil, maybe some jojoba oil, and something else. But it does a really good job of detangling the hair, but also leaving the hair very conditioned. So when you see here, this is all me just spraying that leave-in conditioner on her hair. and I did a bunch of little twists, parted it in different sections, but this product keeps her hair really moisturized. And here we have the picture of it the next day. So this is after she's been at school for a whole day and come home. Again, her hair still looks really moisturized, still smells really good. So I really, really do like this product and would highly recommend it. They have all different kinds of lines of this. I think they have a swim care line, this curly hair line, and maybe a few others. I wanted to share this with you all in case you were looking for some products that would be a good alternative for your hair, things that don't have any parabens or sulfates or anything like that. This is also great for thick hair and natural hair and African American hair. So I would highly recommend it. As always, this is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. I truly believe God has given us all gifts and talents that can fix some problem that exists in the world. And while we may not be able to fix everything, I want to remind and encourage you to remember we can all fix something. So until next time, I pray that you would find that thing and fix it. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.